Yo, welcome to Hot Takes with Cheddar Chats, where there's no hand holding. We deal with facts, not emotion. Getting the new studio set up, so y'all bear with me. It's gonna take a couple of days, but I'm gonna get it together. Today, I want to talk about victory laps, right? And a wise man once said, when you're running a race, you have to recognize when you're won, or you'll exhaust yourself from running victory laps. What I've noticed in the Pels Twitter space and I gotta get a motherfucking pop filter. But what I've noticed in the Pels Twitter space as of late are people overreacting to national media. During the season, it was understandable. There were some nasty narratives out there, as always, move the team, how unprofessional the organization can be. It was just viewed in a very negative light by some people who had obvious, biases against the team, be it, Kendrick Perkins. Stephen A. Smith came out after the CJ McCollum trade. He just, took a shit on us, basically. And we were fortunate enough to prove those people wrong. We came out, we kept our heads down, we kept working, kept running. We lapped them. We ended up winning. But for some of the fan base, that isn't good enough. Some of the fan base doesn't necessarily recognize that they've won. And we're still responding to negative press, right? Even negative press that's not necessarily insulting to the team. Like if someone says, yo, I think the Denver Nuggets are a better team than the New Orleans Pelicans, that's not an insult. That's an objective opinion, right? It's not an insult. The last couple of days, and you saw me speak to Chris about this. The last couple of days, there have been some Brandon Ingram takes. One was what tier Brandon Ingram is located in. The other was, is Brandon Ingram a superstar because he doesn't attract a larger fan base. He doesn't attract a casual fan. He's not box office enough, right? Both of those opinions are objective, right? They're not necessarily right. They're not necessarily wrong. But what they absolutely aren't are attacks, right? We all know what Stephen A. Smith does, right? He's a caricature of a person, right? He's a caricature. He's not a real person. He doesn't even have any real opinions. Like he's a word that Draymond said, right? We all know what Kendrick Perkins does. He's a caricature, right? These people aren't to be taken seriously. And if, let's say you are a person who took them seriously, you've already proven your point. You've already won, right? These people have already apologized to you publicly, right? But when it comes to Seth and the other guy, I don't know who this off-brand motherfucker is, but this other guy who was going at it with y'all today, y'all fueled these people. Y'all allow these people to control the narrative. Schmidt was right. Schmidt said this in the last spaces. Every time you overreact or you respond with such fervor to these people and these takes from, these people don't follow the team. These people aren't fans of the organization. So why give them so much energy, right? And if you're going to come with it, you got to recognize you're not going to be able to win. First of all, you're not going to be able to win because you're not going to necessarily be able to prove your point because their point is based off opinion. It's their opinion, first of all. Secondly, they're not there to win. They're there to waste your time. They won. They won by getting you to engage with them. Y'all been tweeting this dude today for like 12 fucking hours based on his opinion. It's his opinion. Who cares? You won already. You made it to the playoffs when nobody said you was going to make it to the playoffs. You re-signed Zion when nobody said you was going to re-sign Zion. Marquee player and CJ McCollum chose to come to New Orleans, chose to come to your team. Recognize when you've won. Recognize when you won, right? I know it's tough and, the team deals with some insecurities Well, the fan base deals with some insecurities because we've been slighted enough. Sometimes we get the short end of the stick, pause, but you can't be in victim mode playing defense at all times. It's going to eliminate you from having reasonable conversations with people, seeing other people's perspective. If a person tells me, yo, Jason Tatum at this point in his career has proven himself to be a superior player to Brandon Ingram so far, that's not a slight to Brandon Ingram. Jason Tatum at this point in his career has had more success than Brandon Ingram. That is a fact, right? That is, if you want to give Brandon more credit, you can say it's an objective fact, but it's a fact. Like it's a fact. So people just have to relax and stop running victory laps. You won. You won. It's a marathon, baby, not a race. Word to Nipsey. Rest in peace. Great. We out.